Okay, so today is January 30th, 2020, and yesterday we released a new feature called Group Permissions. And this applies to instructors and office administrators. When you assign them a role, this is in this upper right hand corner, you can see we have these existing roles now in the program. And for each role that you choose here, they have different powers, menu items they can see, ability to schedule classes or edit payments. You can decide if they have those abilities or not. So under settings and group permissions, when we look at these, say for example, for the admin, if maybe you really don't need all these menu items here, it's just too much clutter, and you would just assume get rid of some of these because you really don't use them. Maybe you don't use memberships and on-hold payments and scheduled payments, and you just need to see these items. Well, you can turn them off, and then they won't disappear forever, but you won't see them unless you turn them back on. So, maybe, so I'll go ahead and save that and you can see what I'm talking about. So in the finance section, I just saved it. But if I refresh it, you're going to see these guys go away. So I'm going to refresh it. And now in the finance section, it's a little bit neater of a menu and maybe just the items that I use. Same thing goes for the reports. Maybe you've just got a whole slew of reports and you really don't use all these. Well, you can hide the ones that you want to keep out of your view. And then now, of course, that's very important, say, for the office administrator. If you wanted to edit what they can do in terms of maybe you really don't want them to be able to see things like this gross income summary report or, some permissions like that, well, you can, hide things that you don't want them to know maybe about your money. Or whatever you don't want them to be able to do. And then these module permissions, it's the same thing. If you don't want people to be able to edit categories, like things like the program names or levels, or you don't want them to be able to edit classes that you've already created or clone new classes, there's a lot of powers here that you can decide if you want them to be able to, say, archive a student or not. So now you have a lot more ability to refine the powers that people have. And if you need more than this, you're welcome to create new ones. Now it's simple. And I'll show you a couple more quick fun things. If you don't like the order of things and maybe you'd rather have the calendar right up at the top, you can move menu items around the way you'd like them to appear, and they'll appear that way. The same thing applies to the dashboard. If both these boxes down at the bottom or these boxes at the top, you can change the position of them just by dragging and dropping them, and they will hopefully go where you want them to go. And then one more last item is, and I wanted to do this before I log out. If I go to the instructors list, which I'm used to seeing up here, I can, if I want to check and see if my settings were the way that I want them, now I can log in as the instructor and see exactly what they look like. Note, this will log me out of the admin because and log me in as that person. And only an administrator can do that. So now I'm logged in as a teacher, and you can see I've only got one report available. There's no settings. So yeah, that's pretty much how it all works. It's pretty incredible new features, and I hope it will be helpful to your studio.